Yeah, forecast says there's a pride of clouds moving in, which means only one thing: birds. Lots of birds. Hey everyone, and welcome to Commander Class episode 131. In this we're going over the keyword forecasting. In this I'll be going over what it does, giving a layman's terms version of it, and showing off a whopping 3 cards because this is such a rare keyword. Just a heads up, because this is called Commander Class, usually I talk about Commander or Commander-esque things. There is no Commander with this keyword, however there is creatures that do have it that you might want to put in your deck. But more importantly, what is Forecast? This ability is written Forecast. Cost, effect. During the player's upkeep, if he or she has a card with Forecast in his or her hand, he or she may pay the forecast cost to activate its forecast ability. The cost always includes revealing the card until the end of the upkeep. A player can only do this once per turn per forecast card. So what does that mean in layman's terms? If you have a card in your hand with forecast and then a cost on it, on your upkeep you're able to cast that card and activate the ability that is under the word forecast, but only on your upkeep. However, the good thing about that is if you pay the mana and do it, you show the card to kind of prove what it does, but then it goes back into your hand. It doesn't go into the graveyard, it doesn't go to exile, and then on the start of your next turn, you can do it again. So if you have a deck with a lot of ramp, you can do this every turn before you actually have your turn. So that's why it's probably very rare, because this ability already seems like it can be potentially broken. But if you want a even simpler term, it is if it says forecast at a price, you pay the price, get activated on your upkeep, and keep doing it every single turn. Now there's more cards than 3, but there's only 3 that are in the rare or mythic category, and they're the ones I usually focus on. So if you've never seen a forecast card before, here is the perfect time. The 3 cards are Govern the Guildless. For 5 generic and a blue, you get a sorcery that is a rare. Gain control of target mono-colored creature. Forecast. For 1 generic and a blue, reveal Govern the Guildless from your hand. Target creature becomes a color or colors of your choice until end of turn. Pride of the Clouds. For a white and blue, you get a creature elemental cat that is a rare. Has flying. Pride of cards gets +1/+1 for each other creature in play with flying. Forecast. For 2 generic, a white and a blue, reveal Pride of the Clouds from your hand. Put a 1/1 white and blue bird creature token with flying into play and is a 1/1. Proclamation of Rebirth. For 2 generic and a white, you get a sorcery that is a rare. Return up to 3 target creature cards with converted mana 1 or less from your graveyard to play. Forecast. For 5 generic and a white, reveal Proclamation of Rebirth from your hand. Return target creature card with converted mana cost 1 or less from your graveyard into play. So all 3 of these are potentially, in my opinion, not strong or not good. There is better ways to get creatures with 1 or less mana. They put Suntine in every single deck with a white pip. There is better creature stealing cards for blue. However, the white and blue card is the only one that I can see with somewhat potential, especially if you have token doublers, mainly because you don't even have to pay the forecast cost. This can just become a really big creature if you have a flying deck, which is good. And if you have a lot of mana, you can make more and more flyers at the start of each of your turns, depending on if you have a Smothering Tide or something like that. So the only one with potential, in my opinion, is the Pride of the Clouds, or whatever it's called. This is a very unique keyword that I don't see them coming back to, or if they do, it'll be in very little bits. It seems to be potentially overpowered, mainly because you get a sorcery or instant at the start of your turn, every single turn if you pay the mana cost, which can potentially be broken with ease, especially if you have something like Sonic Resonation or anything that doubles or triples an effect. So again, these cards can be broken in the right hands, and they probably don't want to do that because Magic is already kind of getting more and more broken. So again, this is a keyword I think we'll never see again. But these are my thoughts and opinions. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions, or if I missed anything or you want to know more about this keyword or any others, let me know in the comments down below. While you're there, remember to like and subscribe and do all that other YouTube stuff we always ask and annoy you for. And as always, if you liked this Commander class, I have last week's Commander class I have last week's command class here, a playlist of every single command class I make here, and a subscribe button here. I shall see you all in the next video.